when you have a candidate who's largely unknown until the day after the primary, it's very difficult in a state where there are more than 2 million of the other party to be able to get your message out there. And we didn't do that this year. And I think it's unfortunate because, you know, I'm pleased. We did restore two-party government in this state. We apparently have won back the state Senate. We apparently have won 7 Democratic House seats that have flipped to Republican. We've made gains in the state assembly, significant gains in the state assembly, all of which helps create a better, stronger two-party system. But I'm still incredibly disappointed that when you have great candidates like Harry Wilson and Dan Donovan, that because, in significant part, because of the failure at the top, they were unable to get elected.
Okay, so the failure at the top means the state chairman, Ed Cox. There are people who say that he should go now. Are you one of them?
Well, that's for the party leadership. That's for the county
you are the party
chairs
leadership.
and the public officials. And I'm not going to get in the middle of that debate.
Well, but, Governor, with all due respect, I mean, you are the party leadership. You are.
That's all, you know, whenever you start out with all due respect,
I'm sorry.
I know I'm in trouble.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
But you are one of the most well-recognized people. You are the last Republican who held the governor's office. People look to you for leadership. You stumped all over New York and the nation for candidates. Why not come out and say the Republican Party needs new leadership?
Well, because it's not for me to pick the next leader. I think it's for Republicans to sit down, as Democrats should do too, and do an analysis of the election. Say, where were we strong? Where were we weak? Where did we miss opportunities? And why do we miss those opportunities? And then put together a plan, an action plan, to take advantage of opportunities that we didn't this time. Now, what that plan will be, I don't think you can, shortly after election, say changing one person or changing this from this direction to that direction is going to do it. You have to look intelligently at where we did well, where we did not do as well as we should have, and then make the changes that are going to move us forward.
Well, and actually, though, would you blame the state chairman? You say a failure at the top. Would you blame him for, say, failure of having a good get-out-the-vote effort? Because really, that's what the Democrats did. They outworked you on the ground.
Well, I'm not sure exactly what the ground game was on the two sides, but we need to have a stronger state party. We need to have a stronger statewide ticket. Both of those things are apparent, and how we do that, you know, we'll see it going forward.
So we're now with 2010, officially with the 2010 election cycle, and everybody is starting to talk about 2012 already, and I'm going to ask you again what your plans might be.
You know, at this point, I don't have any plans. You know, when I look back at the last few years in Albany and in Washington, I think we've had really a failure of leadership. And I think in part it's because we haven't elected people who have had executive experience, who have run things, who have been challenged by tough times, who have shown they can get different groups to work together for a common agenda. And as I look at the many, many candidates who will be out there on the Republican side, that's one of the things I'm going to be looking for. Do we have a tested leader who has shown the ability to advance an agenda successfully? And I'm certainly not making any decision for myself right now because as of today, there's not one declared candidate. And I'm going to see who else is out there, what their ideas and background and record is, and then make a determination.
Okay, it doesn't sound to me like you've closed the door.
No, I haven't. I haven't opened it. I haven't closed it. I think we need change in this country. I think for all the change that people voted for on Tuesday, we're still going to have the wrong leadership in Washington, and I want to be very active in helping us to bring about a change in that leadership. And what role, whether it's supporting someone else or possibly as a candidate, you know, I'll decide that as I look at the field and the issues develop over the course of the next few months.
Do you think you could support Sarah Palin or Rudy Giuliani, for that matter?
Well, there are many candidates I could support, and when you look at the background that President Obama had, he was a state senator who, on any controversial issue, just voted present. He wouldn't even take a stand, yes or no, and I think we're paying for that now. So I think having someone who has been an executive, has been in leadership, and has succeeded is important.